And I'd love to read you a story about that. Here we go. Here it is. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. I had one too many conversations with one too many directors who told me, I can't cast you as a man because I know that you're not really a man, and that just messes up my whole vision of the whole piece. Because, you know, directors are so visionary. So what did I do? The only thing I can do. I changed my name again, and I went out into the world as an actor, a male actor, nothing more, nothing less. To die, to sleep, no more. And by sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. So there I was, in edgy gay theater in town, auditioning for the new edgy gay play. I was having the audition of my life. As far as anyone else was concerned, I was simply one young gay guy auditioning for the part of another young gay guy, because that's acting. The director loved me. At the end of our 10 minutes together, he sat forward and said, you know, I think it's possible that this part has been written for you. Which is exactly what you want to hear in an audition. So I said, sure, great, when do I start? And he said, wait. I have a few questions for you. And I said, okay. He says, they're yes or no answers. And I said, great. And he says, I'm not going to assume anything about your identity, but would you play gay for pay? I'm comfortable with that, I tell him, very comfortable. And he says, good, are you also comfortable with nudity? And I say, I'm very comfortable with nudity. And he said, good, so how would you feel about doing a full frontal gay sex orgy? To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. I see I've made you uncomfortable, the director says, and I say, I'm not uncomfortable. I think you're about to be. See, here's the deal. I'm an actor. I can act any part you want me to play, as long as you believe I can. And I am very, very comfortable with nudity. It's just that I can't act gay and be nude at the same time. And thus conscience does make cowards of us all. I did not get the role in that play. I didn't even get to portray a gay guy. Damn it. New story? Yes.
How has, or what's the role of dating like in your life? I guess not just now, but kind of throughout the process and over the years, and how have you really dealt with, and how have the people you dated dealt with the situation?
Totally good question. Okay. I'm glad you put in the over the years part.
Just for you.
Just for me. Thank you. Have you ever seen yourself in some misplaced mirror or on the reflected foundation of a skyscraper? You're walking along to the music in your head, right? You're having a ball, and then you trip on that reflection. You trip on how different you look from what you thought. Maybe just since you walked out the door, maybe your whole life, you trip. Maybe you stumble. You wonder if the cats behind the glass are getting a good laugh at you, scraping your hair back around your ears or pulling on your skirt so you move on, right? Holding on to that image of you projected for everyone to see now inside your head. Inside my head, I had a picture my whole life. It looked a lot like this until I learned that people can be mirrors, until I saw myself reflected in the eyes of strangers as cold and alien as those structures downtown. Have you ever seen a train derail? Have you ever been standing on the platform for too damn long, and then there's folks walking single file down a glow-in-the-dark line, crying? Whatever. See, I was cruising through a summertime, right? Responsibilities on the line, loved a girl who could make you stand whenever she entered the room. Her parents invited me out to dinner. Man, I felt like such a winner, winning smile, winning charm, and this girl on my arm, I went as I was. Wondered if there'd ever been a cat as cool as me, confident, assured, just me, and then she opened the door.
Wise men say,
Come with me for a second.
only fools.
Imagine the most incredible looking woman you've ever seen in your life and the most beautiful red dress, and she's wearing it. Call her what you want, call her a he if you need to, but tonight, this woman was with me. Though it seemed it wasn't queer night at the country club this evening. I dropped my forks, I sloshed my wine, I felt this mask crust over me. I'm too ugly, I'm too queer to be with this red woman. I couldn't laugh, I couldn't speak, I just felt the way the room looked at me when we walked in the door. I mean, sure, it was my appearance, right? But wasn't that my expression? Wasn't my hair and everything I thought to wear the image of myself projected for everyone to see? She walked me home. She wouldn't let me go alone. The kiss goodnight became a spend the night invitation. Once in the room, she looked at me. She told me I hadn't been the gregarious girl she knew me to be, though I was at least the perfect, nervous boyfriend. I lowered my eyes. I started to cry. I told her everything. The mask, the thoughts I hear inside my head that I feel like come from others when faced with me and her, the woman in red, how in the context of what others see, regardless of her love for me, I see myself. Well, that's just a problem. I can't see me. I'm not the guy I want to be. Why the roles, though? Why the box? I mean, didn't Butch Van die in a fiery wreck 20 years ago along with all the rest that wasn't mainstream middle-class dreck, huh? Sometimes I think of the ghost that came to visit me that one late morning, snoozing beneath the city. Maybe I am the way I am supposed to be, and then I think that I must be the ghost of some 50s bull-dyke butch, reborn in too feminine a body, in a time too streamlined by what's correct, to live to be what I'd like to reflect. Baby, she said. I know how she put her hands on me, lowered her hot thighs onto mine. Sweetheart, you're boy enough for me. But I wouldn't be with you if I didn't know just how much of a woman you really can be. So that's from my first show, which is about me pulling apart the different identities of going for a long time thinking that I'm a lesbian, right? Because I'm a female-bodied person who's attracted to other female-bodied people. Maybe I'm butch, but hello, have you seen me? I'm so not butch. And then figuring out that my gender identity is separate from my sex, and that has nothing to do with my sexual orientation, right? And so at the end of that piece, there's a song that goes, nobody really knows me, not so far. How could you ever own me, baby, I'm a star? How could you hope to hold me, baby, I'm a star? So that's one part of it. And I'd love to tell you another story that's not in my book, which is great. So we'll see if I can remember it, right? It also requires a little audio piece.